Have you ever wondered about intermittent fasting? What it is, how it works, and why it's become so popular in the health and wellness world? Intermittent fasting, in the simplest of terms, is an eating pattern where you cycle between periods of eating and fasting. It's not about what foods to eat, but rather, when you should eat them. In this respect, it's less of a diet in the conventional sense and more accurately described as an eating pattern. Recently, intermittent fasting has been gaining popularity, and is now one of the world's most popular health and fitness trends. People are using it to lose weight, improve their health, and simplify their lifestyles. It's been praised for its effectiveness and flexibility, making it a favored choice among health enthusiasts and wellness seekers. Now that you have a basic understanding of what intermittent fasting is, let's delve deeper into how it works. Intermittent fasting isn't just a trend, it's backed by science. But how exactly does it work? To understand the science behind intermittent fasting, let's first explore what happens to our bodies when we eat. Normally we consume food, which our bodies break down into glucose. This glucose provides the energy we need to function. But when we're fasting, our bodies don't have that immediate source of glucose. So what happens? Well, here's where the magic begins. When we don't eat, our bodies begin to use up the glucose stored in our liver and muscles, also known as glycogen. Once this glycogen is depleted, typically after about 12 to 16 hours of fasting, our bodies enter a state called ketosis. Now, ketosis is where things get interesting. In this state, our bodies start breaking down fat and producing molecules called ketones for energy. This is why intermittent fasting is often associated with weight loss. By regularly entering ketosis, we're essentially training our bodies to become efficient fat-burning machines. But it's not just about weight loss. The science behind intermittent fasting also suggests several other health benefits. When our bodies enter ketosis, it triggers a process called autophagy. This is a cellular cleanup process where our bodies start to break down and recycle old, damaged cells, potentially leading to improved cellular function and overall health. Additionally, fasting can also lead to changes in hormone levels, which may improve heart health, brain function, and even longevity. For instance, fasting can increase levels of human growth hormone, a hormone that supports muscle growth and fat loss. It can also decrease insulin levels, which might help improve insulin sensitivity and reduce the risk of type 2 diabetes. So, there you have it. Intermittent fasting goes beyond simply skipping meals. It's a metabolic switch, shifting your body from using glucose to using fat as a primary source of energy, leading to potential weight loss and a host of other health benefits. The science behind intermittent fasting is fascinating, but how does one actually practice it? Starting intermittent fasting might seem daunting, but it's actually quite simple once you understand the basics. Let's dive into the different methods to practice intermittent fasting, each with its own unique pattern of eating and fasting. First, we have the 16-8 method. This is perhaps the most popular and easiest to follow. It involves fasting for 16 hours each day and limiting your eating window to 8 hours. This could look like skipping breakfast and eating your first meal at noon, then finishing your last meal by 8 in the evening. Next up, the 5-2 method. This involves eating normally for 5 days of the week, then drastically reducing your calorie intake for the other 2 days. On those 2 fasting days, you would consume only about 500 to 600 calories. Finally, we have the Eat Stop Eat method. This involves a 24-hour fast once or twice a week. For instance, you might eat your last meal at 6 in the evening, then not eat again until 6 the next evening. Now, it's important to remember that not everyone should practice intermittent fasting. Pregnant women, for example, need a steady supply of nutrients and thus should not fast. People with certain health conditions such as diabetes or eating disorders should also avoid intermittent fasting unless under the supervision of a healthcare professional. Remember, the goal of intermittent fasting isn't to starve yourself. It's about establishing a pattern of eating that works for your lifestyle and health goals. It's not about what you eat, but when you eat. So start slow. Pick a method that feels sustainable for you. Hydrate during your fasting periods and nourish your body with balanced whole foods during your eating windows. Listen to your body, make adjustments as needed, and don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. Intermittent fasting is a journey, not a race. It's a lifestyle change, not a quick fix diet. So be patient with yourself as you navigate this new way of eating. Now that you know how to practice intermittent fasting, you might be wondering about its benefits. But that's a topic for our next scene. Stay tuned. Intermittent fasting isn't just about weight loss. There's a multitude of benefits that come along with it. And these benefits extend far beyond the obvious. Let's start with weight loss though, because it is one of the most common reasons people turn to this eating strategy. When you're in a fasted state, your body needs to find energy from somewhere other than the food you've just eaten. And guess where it turns to? That's right, your stored fat. This process can lead to significant weight loss over time. But the benefits of intermittent fasting aren't limited to just shedding pounds. It can also help improve metabolic health. This is because intermittent fasting can lead to changes in the function of genes, hormones, and cellular repair processes that help your body use energy more efficiently. This can reduce insulin resistance, lower blood sugar, and decrease inflammation, all of which are key factors in preventing diseases like diabetes and heart disease. Next up, let's talk about longevity. Some studies suggest that intermittent fasting could help you live a longer, healthier life. This might be due to the fact that fasting can induce a cellular waste removal process called autophagy. This process cleans out cells and rejuvenates them, potentially slowing down the aging process and reducing the risk of age-related diseases. And lastly, we can't forget about the potential brain health benefits. Research has shown that intermittent fasting may increase the growth of new neurons and protect the brain from damage. It can also improve mood, memory, and focus. This could be because fasting helps to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation, two factors that can harm brain health. So as you can see, intermittent fasting is not just a fad diet. It's a lifestyle change that can bring about significant health benefits. From weight loss to improved metabolic health, increased longevity, and potential brain health benefits, the advantages are manifold. The benefits of intermittent fasting are clear, but what about the potential downsides? That's a topic we'll tackle in our next scene. Stay tuned. Like any diet or lifestyle change, intermittent fasting isn't without its potential downsides. Let's dive into some of these potential pitfalls you might encounter when you embark on this journey. One of the most common challenges people face when they start intermittent fasting is dealing with hunger. Your body is accustomed to receiving food at certain times, and when you suddenly change that routine, it might protest in the form of hunger pangs. Remember, this is normal and usually subsides as your body adjusts to the new routine. Another potential downside could be fatigue. Especially in the beginning, you might find yourself feeling low on energy. This is because your body is still learning to efficiently switch from burning glucose for energy to burning fat, a process known as ketosis. Moreover, if not done carefully, intermittent fasting could lead to potential nutrient deficiencies. It's essential to remember that intermittent fasting is not about starving yourself, but about eating within certain time frames. Therefore, it's crucial to ensure that you're consuming nutrient-dense foods during your eating window. Now let's address some of the common misconceptions about intermittent fasting. One of the biggest misconceptions is that intermittent fasting leads to muscle loss. In reality, studies have shown that intermittent fasting can actually preserve muscle mass better than traditional low-calorie diets. Another misconception is that you can eat whatever you want during your eating window. Remember, the goal is not just to lose weight, but to improve overall health. Hence, it's important to make balanced and nutritious food choices even when you're not fasting. Lastly, some people mistakenly believe that intermittent fasting is a quick fix or a magic bullet for weight loss. While this approach can certainly aid in weight loss, it's not a replacement for a balanced diet and regular exercise. While there are potential downsides, the benefits of intermittent fasting can outweigh them for many people. So, as you venture into the world of intermittent fasting, it's essential to stay informed, listen to your body, and make adjustments as necessary. So, there you have it, a comprehensive overview of intermittent fasting. We've delved into the nitty-gritty, starting with what intermittent fasting is, a pattern of eating that cycles between periods of fasting and eating. We've also explored the science behind it, how it works, and its potential to boost your health. We've walked through how to practice it. Remember, it's not about what you eat, but when you eat. We've touched on the benefits, including weight loss, improved mental clarity, and potentially even a longer lifespan. But we also didn't shy away from the potential downsides and misconceptions. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, and it's crucial to listen to your body and adjust accordingly. Remember, always consult with a healthcare provider before making any major changes to your diet or lifestyle. Stay healthy and happy fasting.